welcome to Share a Story. My name is Rosie and today I'll be reading The Revolting Toys by Debbie Young. Millie, if you don't tidy your bedroom, there'll be no Christmas presents for you. When Millie's mother Kate said tidy, what she really meant was thoroughly rationalise your bedroom, put away any toys that you still play with and bag up the rest for the charity shop. But even the simple shorthand of tidy did not register with 10-year-old Millie. In her overcrowded jumble of a bedroom, there was always much more interesting things to do. She was currently engineering a complex plaited hairstyle on a naked Barbie. It's uncanny, thought Kate, hoovering around a teetering pile of board games. Millie always starts playing with anything I'm thinking of taking to the charity shops. It's as if she has some special power to stop me from blitzing the room myself. Her gaze fell on a 50-piece jigsaw marked as suitable for 5 to 7-year-olds. Surely Millie would never open that box again. Kate added it to the pile of games and looked about her. How much bigger the room would seem if only it were tidy. How much nicer for entertaining Millie's friends. Just what was it that was holding Millie back from tidying up? Fear of change? Kate knew all kids were averse to change, but something had to give, otherwise there would be no space to store this year's Christmas presents. Treading painfully on a piece of Lego as she hauled the vacuum cleaner down the stairs, Kate decided to leave a pile of charity collection bags in Millie's bedroom as a last-ditch hint. If they were still empty on Christmas Eve, she'd take them away and leave Millie to muddle through the mess on her own. That night, when Kate was downstairs watching a DVD with her husband Pete, and Millie was fast asleep in bed, a small mauve teddy bear named Lupin emerged from under the bed, where he'd lain unnoticed for over a year. "Look, folks! Here's a way out of this mess at last," he pointed to the pile of charity bags that lay in the middle of the rug. "Which good cause do you lot want to help? PDSA gets my vote." Lupin opened a blue and white bag and hopped inside. "I've always wanted to work with animals," he remarked, making himself comfortable. Rosa, a tussle-haired, blue-eyed brunette doll, crawled out of the dressing box. "I'd like to save the children, but I'm not going without a change of clothes." She reached into Millie's dressing table and hauled out a red toy suitcase. "Let's see, a coat, a jumper, a hat and scarf, a couple of frocks." As Rosa rifled among the doll's clothes, a baby doll, its face discoloured with green and purple crayon, snatched a toy bottle of milk that lay on the top of the pile. "Well, I might get hungry on the way," she said, ignoring the brunette's disapproving look. "What about something to do on the journey? I do like a nice jigsaw," piped up a plush giraffe, stretching its neck straight for the first time in the 6 months since it had been shoved under the bookshelves. "Maybe I'll take this harmonica so we can have a sing-song." "Something to read would be handy," replied an orange elephant, curling its trunk around a board book. Soon Millie's bedroom was a hive of activity, as numerous cuddly toys and dolls methodically packed themselves and their carefully selected luggage into the charity bags. Only the few that had a close bond with Millie held back, though they did help the emigrants on their way. Hazel, a toy rabbit so cherished that her stuffing had compacted around her middle, climbed down the steps from the cabin bed where she'd been dozing in Millie's arms and neatly tied the tops of the full bags. With the assistance of Carrie, Millie's favourite doll that was the size of a toddler, Hazel dragged the bags out onto the landing. Before mounting the ladder to rejoin Millie, Hazel gazed around the tidy bedroom with satisfaction. "That's much better," she declared. "So much nicer for those of us who are staying, and much better for those who are going, where they'll be much better appreciated." She hopped up the wooden steps to snuggle back into Millie's arms. The child woke up just enough to nuzzle into Hazel's soft fur and give a little sigh of satisfaction. Soon both were fast asleep. When Kate came upstairs, she was astonished to see the pile of plump charity bags stacked outside Millie's room. Well, she did that quietly, though I suppose the film we were watching was pretty noisy, she remarked to Pete. I can't be cross with her for sneaking out of bed after bedtime if that's the result. I told you she'd do it by herself eventually if only you stopped nagging her, he replied. Next morning, when Kate went into Millie's room to wake her, she found her daughter sitting up in bed, gazing around the room with a look of delight on her face. Wow! My bedroom looks so much bigger now, she said. Kate narrowed her eyes. You're happy with it like this, then? Oh, yes, Mum, it's much nicer. Millie threw back her duvet and slid down the short ladder to the floor. Thanks, Mum. I knew you'd tidy it for me if I put it off long enough. Whatever do you mean? Asked Kate, but Millie, already on her way to the bathroom with Hazel the bunny tucked underneath her arm, didn't hear her mum. Too grateful for the tidy state of the room to quiz her daughter further, Kate returned to the landing to whisk the bags down to the car. She thought she'd better drop them off the charity shop straight away in case Millie should change her mind. As she heaved them into the boot, the top of one bag became undone and a fluffy-haired doll's head poked out. Oh, Susie, not you! Kate cried, retrieving the grubby doll from the bag. You were Millie's first ever doll. We can't get rid of you, not yet. She parted the ripped plastic further and peered inside. Daisy! Grandma bought you for Millie on her very first day at school. We ought to hang on to you. Tucking Susie and Daisy under one arm, Kate slammed the car boot shut before her resolve could weaken. She thought she might just manage to sneak them back into the toy box before Millie came back from the bathroom. After all, Christmas wouldn't be the same without them. I hope you have enjoyed Share a Story from Roundabout Dramatherapy. Storytelling and story making are at the heart of how Roundabout ensures everyone's issues and voices can be heard. If you would like to make a donation to support the work of the charity, they would be very grateful for your support. A small gift will make a big difference to the children and adults they support. Thank you.